everyone, just a quick video regarding the Push Dagger. Why do we prefer the Push Dagger, and why is the Push Dagger our go-to knife if I have to use a knife? Okay, so first of all, understand that we carry the Push Dagger, or when we carry a knife, we carry it on the support side, because we would normally carry it with a primary weapon. That's either my handgun or a rifle. So most of the time when I have to use the Push Dagger, it will most probably be in a weapon retention situation, to either create space, generate that time and opportunity to be able to get to something better like my handgun or the rifle. So say maybe I have to keep my handgun safe in a weapon retention situation, my support hand can go and I can start to work my Push Dagger to either create space, to create that time and opportunity to be able to get to something better like my handgun if I still have to neutralize the threat. So why do we like the Push Dagger? Of course, it is easy to use, it is simple and effective. So that's why we like the Push Dagger. When I have to go for my Push Dagger, if I have to get it into the fight, what I like about the Push Dagger, of course, it's a fixed blade. So as soon as it comes out of the holster, it is ready to use. So it's usable as soon as I take it out of the holster. And then of course, it's a nice and short blade, so I don't have a lot of blade to clear out of the Kydex to be able to get it into the fight. So say for instance I'm going for my Push Dagger and my hand get pinched into my body, then I can just use the momentum of my body or my hips to get this Push Dagger out of the Kydex and I can start to use it. And then of course, when I go for my Push Dagger, I don't have to get a good, decent or perfect grip, if I can call it that. I can grip this Push Dagger in between my index and middle finger and I can use it. I can grip it in between my middle finger and my ring finger and I can use it. So I can grip it in between any two fingers and it's usable. So I don't have to concentrate like a pocket knife to get a good, decent grip, and then it's fine finger movement while I want to open this, and then only then I can get it into the fight. So that's why we like the fixed blade, and that's why I like the Push Dagger, is I don't have to search for a loop or like a retention loop where I have to get my finger in and then deploy the knife, and the knife will only open when I take it out of my pocket. So as soon as I get this Push Dagger into the fight, it is ready to use and I can use it in between any two fingers. Okay, so I don't have to get that perfect, decent grip to be able to get it into the fight. And then of course another reason why I like the Push Dagger is when I have to stab with it. It's never just flesh. There's bones, there's clothing, there's equipment like body armor, there might be extra spare mags. So it's never just flesh when I have to stab with it. So I don't need a good, decent grip to be able to control this knife. Okay, why would I say it? Because the back of the Push Dagger is basically pressing against my palm when I have to stab with it. And then yet again, after the stab, I have to get this knife back. So what's nice about the Push Dagger is my fingers are hooked onto the Push Dagger like this. So it's not my grip pulling the knife back. So it's actually the momentum of my arm and my body that's helping me to get this knife back. And then I can either stab again, generate space, time and opportunity to be able to go for my handgun. Okay, so that's also another reason why I like it. You don't have to get a nice, good, decent grip to be able to stab or pull it back. Because normally when you have like a pocket knife like this and you don't have a stop like this on the side, then what can happen if I don't have a good, decent grip and I stab with it and I hit body armor or I hit any equipment or I hit bone or so on, there's a chance that my hand can slide over, and of course then I can cut myself. So that's just another reason why we like the Push Dagger. And then of course I like the Push Dagger because I can use it together with my handgun. So if I have to go for my handgun, or if the time and opportunity is there to be able to go for my handgun, I don't have to let go of this knife. I don't have to throw it away. I don't have to let it hang. I can just keep it in my hand and I can still manipulate my handgun. I can still have a good, decent two-handed shooting grip. I can tap and rack. I can still manipulate my handgun with the Push Dagger in my hand, so I don't have to let go of this weapon platform. So another big reason why we also use the Push Dagger is I use natural movements to be able to get it into the fight. I can use a straight right punch for a stab, or a jab for a stab, and I can use a hammer fist to be able to slice with it. So I don't have to learn any new techniques to be able to fight with this Push Dagger. So I'm using natural movements that's already built into that nerve track to be able to use this Push Dagger. So it's a lot easier to stop an arm in an overhand stab or underhand stab than to stop an arm moving like a piston forward and backwards like a punch. So it's a lot more difficult to control the arm when my arm is moving like a piston. So what I also like about this push dagger is I can carry it with my outsider waistband setup with a battle belt like this, and also for my everyday carry setup on a consistent position. So what I like about this battle belt, I will have it on the inside belt, and then I know it's close to my body, it's consistent, like I would carry it on my everyday carry setup as well, concealed, and I know this knife won't hook onto something and fall out of the holster. So it's nice and close to my body. And then because of all these reasons, we also use the push dagger to train women in self-defense, because it's simple and effective. So now we're just going to put the push dagger to the test. We're just going to do the penetration of the push dagger. It's nice about this blade, it's only about a 3.3 inch blade, so I don't have a lot of blade to clear out of the calyx. So I don't have to clear a 12 inch blade out of the calyx and then get it into the fight. I only have to clear about that 3 inches, and then I can get it into the fight. And then keep in mind, if you're carrying your everyday carry setup, then you're first going to have to clear the garment and get it basically into the fight. So like I said on the video, is you can use your natural movements. It's already built into that nerve track to be able to use this push dagger. So we can basically use a straight for a stab. So that's my stab, a straight. And then of course I can use a hammer fist for a slice. And then of course I can use like an uppercut motion, or I can stab downwards as well, like an uppercut motion if I have to, maybe in a retention position, stab into the arm. Okay, so the slice is actually cutting up a nice deep cut over here. So that's my hammer fist, because a hammer fist is quite a hard punch, if I can call it that. And what I do with the hammer fist, I'm not gonna aim with the blade, I will aim with the base of my fist over here, for if the person starts to move or duck the punch, then my knife will still go past and basically cut with the knife. Then of course keep in mind, in a close quarter survival situation where I have to fight basically in a retention situation with this push dagger, I can present the push dagger, and even though my arm get pinched into my body, I can still use the momentum of my body to be able to stab with the push dagger. And even though if it's going into bone, you see, that's what's nice, what we've talked about on the video, is the back of this push dagger is pressing against my palm. So there's no chance of my hand sliding over this knife when I basically stab into bone or so on, because the back of the push dagger is pressing against my palm. And then it's easy of course to pull it back, because then my fingers are hooked onto this push dagger and I can just pull it back, and it's the momentum of my body pulling this push dagger back.